Spring practice is rolling on, and there's questions. Who's going to be the next quarterback? Feels like it's probably going to be Ty Simpson if he stays healthy and things continue to go his way. Who's going to be on the offensive line? Is Wilkin Formby going to be a star player? Is Alabama going to use some of those five-star freshmen? Do they need them? How about the transfers? What's the line going to look like? That's another question. I'm not going to answer that today. But there's one question that I don't think that any of us are that worried about, and that's Hollywood Williams. What's Ryan Williams going to look like in 2025, and how has Alabama's wide receiver room made it easier for him to do his thing? We'll talk about that on today's show. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, and thank you for being here. Great to talk to you guys today. Roll Tide. Let's go. Hey everybody, Mick Gillespie. Welcome to the Bama Tailgate Show. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, all those things brought to you by our friends at Pearl River Resort. And we talk football. We try to do it every day. Sometimes we miss, but you know what? It's a podcast. That's what happens. But we appreciate you being here. I wanted to talk Ryan Williams today. And the reason why is it feels like Ryan Williams is set to really take over at Alabama. My friend Clint Lamb, who I do a show with on Cover Crimson, talked about Ryan Williams being an alpha number one, and basically said that, you know, having two other wide receivers in the depth chart is going to help him out, right? Making Bernard number two, and then Horton, who Isiah Horton transferred from Miami, maybe the number three guy, or maybe this number two. You know, who knows how they're going to split that up. But it puts Ryan Williams in a place where you know he's going to see a lot of footballs. And I think that, like, as Clint would say, heavily targeted. You know, to me, it's like you have so many other guys to worry about. The Rico Scotts, the Cole Adams, Jalen Hale, you know, Jalen Mbakwe, you know, who knows, maybe some of the freshmen get in there. Latsir Brooks, we've talked about him. Derek Meadows has a ton of talent, you know, but basically the Ryan Grubb system is to throw the football. That's what he does. That might be why he got fired from Washington, because throwing the football, threw the football too much, you know, however that works out. The end of the day, you know that they're going to target Ryan Williams. They're going to make plays for Ryan Williams, and that Ryan Williams, if you were like a fantasy league guy, you got to feel like he's going to see a ton of targets. Has to work on the drop rate. You know, it's been one of his biggest weaknesses. Obviously, getting bigger and stronger. You know, maybe they've practiced him in the slot. You know, is that going to change things? I mean, you don't want him taking big hits, but at the same time, you want to get him the ball in space and then let him make plays. And Alabama, and Clint did a great job of talking about just kind of the way that Bama targets wide receivers. And basically, you know, he'll talk about the average depth of target. You know, that's something at covercrimson.com that you could check out there as well. But Ryan Williams is a guy on the team that is, you know, by far targeted further downfield, which is good because of his ability to jump up and make plays and make catches. But at the same time, you know, you still want to get him the ball more, and it's easier to get him the ball more when he's closer, just because it takes less time for a play to develop to get him the ball, right? And think about the great wide receivers that Alabama has had. Julio Jones, like how many times did you hit him with a quick screen? You know, guys block, boom, he takes off, and you can't stop him. Amari Cooper, you know, Calvin Ridley, and then, you know, obviously Smitty and Waddle and all those guys. For Bama to succeed, this wide receiver room has to be the group that we look at and go, hey, this is the best group we got. You lose 6 guys in the transfer portal, and somehow you look at the group and they're better right now than they were last year. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the other guys that left. And if, you know, who knows what the situation was for them behind the scenes, but wouldn't you want to play for Grubb? And I guess they probably didn't know that at the time that it was going to be Ryan Grubb. I know I certainly would, and what he kind of brings to the table. Ryan Grubb, offense, attack, and really, I think you even got Nick Sheridan with a year of experience as part of that crew as well. I think that this offense is going to be what we thought we were going to get last year, and that Ryan Williams is going to be the featured player in this offense. And then when you hear stuff like, hey, Isiah Horton and Ty Simpson putting on a clinic in practice, that's good. Because the minute that you take your mind off of and your focus off of Hollywood, and you put somebody else, and you got to worry about somebody else, boom, he's going to hit you. And I think that's how Alabama succeeds. It's so much of this too comes down to the offensive line. We'll talk about that going down the road as well. But Isiah Horton could be the biggest reason why Ryan Williams is going to have a monster year. And I think that's what it all comes down to. So you just being able to have other options out there to clear the path for him to have success. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Always brought to you by our friends at Pearl River Resort. Also presented by newlifeart.com. Promo code Bama Tailgate. Daniel A. Moore, amazing artist, takes care of business with all those awesome prints. I'm on the road right now. When I'm at home, my studio is packed with those right now. 16% off when you use our promo code Bama Tailgate, celebrating Bama being in the Sweet 16 for basketball 3 straight years. So use that promo code when you get in there, and then at checkout, Bama Tailgate at New Life Art. And then finally, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. We will bring this show, thanks to Pearl River, to Innisfree, not once, but twice. We're going to be there on April 8th around noon. And then we're going to be there on April 12th. And so April 12th will be a doubleheader. We'll do this show, and then we'll also do Cover Crimson with Clint Lamb. But it's brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. The azaleas, the oaks, the weather's fantastic. It's golf weather. You want to go out there and play a little golf? Yep, now's the time to do it. And you can do that over at Pearl River Resort, Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. Amazing. I mean, it's take my word for it. We stay at the clubhouse there when we're on site to do remotes. It's amazing. It's beautiful. There's and you don't have to have a membership. So, but then you got the casino. So you go golf, do the casino thing, Dancing Rabbit, right next to Silver Star. And when you stay at the clubhouse, they give you a golf cart. So you just a golf cart over to the casino, and they have like a path to get there. But they got everything you need. Golden Moon Casino has the Timeout Sports Lounge. Silver Star, there's great acts that are going to be there. 90s rap is coming. Yeah, Vanilla Ice and the group that sings Snap. And Young MC. I mean, like this like for you OGs, man, you got to go check that out. So it's like that's going to be coming this summer in June. But more information, Pearl River Resort's website. But thank you guys for hanging again. And comment section. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, and we'll do it again tomorrow. At least we'll try to. See, maybe something breaks and I'm back today. Anyway, roll tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging.